Good evening, good evening, or good morning. I guess it's good morning. It's 2 a.m., 2:04 a.m. where I am. And I am up, of course, super late writing. So I figured, hey, why not? Let me go live and maybe you are working too and we can work together. Um, are you subscribed to my YouTube page? Are you subscribed? Oh, excuse me. That's my YouTube page right there on the screen. Let me make it a bit bigger for you. So yeah, head over to Delores, the pastor's daughter, on YouTube and make sure that you subscribe to my page. So yeah, it's a lot going on over there. I've got, a good bit of content over there, videos that you don't see on any of my other platforms. So and I've got playlists over there, so you can, go over there at your convenience and, take a look at all of the wonderful content that I have over there for you. Look at that. I even have step show footage. Look at that. So yeah, that's Delores the Pastor's Daughter page over on YouTube. So make sure you go over there and subscribe. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know every time that I go live and when I post a new video. So let me share with you what I'm working on today. So yeah, I've got a lot going on. And I actually hadn't really been sharing with you guys the latest status on everything. Right now, the book that I've been working on in my previous Write With Me's, it is currently with the editor, and it's going through its second round of edits. So I don't know if you know anything about the book writing process, when you want to put a book out there into the world. And, you want to make sure that it's a good book, it's a good quality product. So, you send it through an editor, and the the editor takes a look at it, makes sure that everything is concise, makes sense. The flow is good. There's no repeat things. Um, make sure that the grammar is good. Like all of that good stuff. So right now it's going through, it's already been edited for, kind of like all the structural stuff. And so now it's gone through its first round. So now this is like a more advanced round of edits, if you will. So right here, what I'm sharing with you now is this is the text exchange between my editor and I. And as you can see here, we send each other back and forth the book. This is the rate that it is. I think this is some really good information to share with you guys because, a lot of people ask me about the writing process, about what it entails. A lot of times we don't really talk about the cost involved with it. So, it's good to, to talk about that and just to be transparent about that so that you guys know what's involved in the process, So as you can see here, this is when we first negotiated the offer and all that good stuff. I've used her before. I already know that she's awesome and that I'll get a quality product back from her. So this is my second time hiring her. And as you can see, her rate is $24 an hour. My current manuscript that I turned into her is a teaching memoir, as you can see here. Can you guys see this good? Let me see. And then let me see. Yeah, and then I give her the information about how long it is, the word count. So that's what that WC means at the end there. That's the word count and how many pages it is and all that good stuff. And so her and I would go back and forth just to make sure that we're on the same page about what I'm looking for, about the services that I need for her to provide. And then we negotiate the price. She gives me kind of a estimate here about how much it'll cost based on, how long it takes her to do, um, based on a word count, based on a per hour rate, all that good stuff. So that I have some type of idea of what um, what to budget for. Okay. And then, of course, she talks about how she could put it in the format that I need for Amazon KDP. It has to be in a certain format. And so we talked about all that. But of course, I tell her this is awesome. Time and cost look good, which I'm familiar with the going rate. And I know that that's good, especially for what I'm going to be receiving from her is awesome work. So she's well worth it, all that good stuff. Then, she gives me updates. As you can see here, I had already sent her the book itself. I sent it to her there. Um, so yeah, then she gives me updates every day, and so we just go back and forth. Then she sends me what she has with edits. I have a clean copy with all the edits that she's made, plus explanation of why she made them and all that good stuff. And then, of course, I send her back my feedback, which is what this is here. And then we just, have a dialogue back and forth, and until we have a good quality product. And so this is here where I'm adding a different passage to a certain part of the book. So she enters that in for me. And then we talk about some other formatting issues. And so that's what she's going back through now. And so today, what I'm doing is I'm going through this next round of edits and giving my feedback on them. So let me show you that really quick. Okay. So I hope that you guys are getting some value out of this. If you are, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my page. Make sure that you're following me. I cover a wide range of topics on my channels because I'm a daughter, and so I speak to daughters. And if you know anything about daughters, if you're a daughter yourself, you know that we are, complex. There are so many dynamics and facets to us, and we're just some complex human beings. And so I talk about all of that, and I try to grasp all that we are as daughters. And so we're going to talk about everything that involves us, everything that involves daughters. Okay, so as you can see here, this is an outline that she provided back to me based on this latest round of edits that she's going through. And as you can see, the name of the book is The Pastor's Daughter Objectified. That's the next book in the memoir series. You guys remember that the first book in the memoir series is The Pastor's Daughter Provoked. And that's this book here, which you can see on the screen now. And it's now I've removed Provoked from the shelves now. So if you have a copy of Provoked, consider yourself to have a whole collector's item, okay? Because that book is no longer available for purchase. Because this new book is coming out. I'm ready for you guys to see, I'm ready for you to see this. I'm ready for you to see this latest project. I think it's going to really speak to every daughter out there. And so I'm excited to share it with you guys. Hold on, what happened? Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. See, there I go messing with stuff. Okay, I already took that off the screen. I don't know why my screen share just stopped sharing. Um, so this is where we are in the process. Um, and I want to also share with you um, this other document here, this other Word document, um, where it's the actual book. Okay, so this is the actual book here. Excuse me, guys. It's like so late. My voice is raspy. It's just, but we're doing it, you guys. We're doing it. So, let me see. I will share with you this other screen. Um, so you can see the actual book, you guys. And it's a true labor of love. I feel really good about this book. So this is it here. And as you can see right on this side panel, this is the book. Um, the Pastor's Daughter Memoir Series is volume 2, Objectified, as you can see. And then, of course, this is my copyright page, my dedication. This is the new table of contents, and this is something that the editor has kind of tweaked, because that's part of the edits that she's doing right now. Is she's going through and looking at the structure of the book, and so even here, like when you look over here on the side, um, where she's made some suggestions about the overall structure. Now, once we go through it again, the table of contents is not going to be this long. I mean, you see how super long that is. That's everything that's in the book so far. So like you can see here, right? Take a look at this note here. This is her note, and let's see what she had to say. So here she said, I made some slight revisions to clarify the progression in the prologue from objectification to control to autonomy. This helps the prologue more clearly relate to larger themes in the book. Please review and verify you're happy with the changes. See, you see this, right? This is what I read right here. So this is her note to me. And then I have the capability here to write a note back, which I'm going to. So that is what we're going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be working on tonight. And I want to get this back to her, um, by the time she gets up and she's ready to start back working on it. I want her to have my thoughts and my revisions back in her inbox. Okay, so that's my goal for tonight. What are you guys working on? Okay, what are y'all working on? How are you doing? How is your evening going? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The table of contents is not gonna be this long. Yeah, we're definitely going to to trim it down a whole lot. But like I said, this is part of the editing process. So you guys will see, you get kind of like a little bit of the behind the scenes look at, the process that it goes through, and you gotta like massage it. You gotta massage the book until you get it to the exact right thing, the right consistency, the right flow, all that good stuff. So that's where we are right now. But we'll have this table of contents down to 1 or 2 pages. Definitely not like 5, 6 pages that it is right now. So this is where we are in the process. And remember, I was telling you guys about this great feature. I love this feature. Okay, look. So right here, this is the feature I've been using a lot lately to help with my editing process, because for me, it helps to hear my book out loud, right? So I think a lot of people don't really know that this feature exists, and it's this read aloud feature right here. And so it goes through and it reads to me. And then I can get a different voice. Now, there's a difference between like this AI voice that it has, and it said that I think it signed out of my account, and so now it's giving me like this robotic AI voice, but they have more realistic sounding AI voices on here. So like I can really hear how the book sounds. So as you can see, this is where we are with this. Oh my gosh, Adrian, you working on a new novel? That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I'm sending you some positive energy and many blessings. I pray that it's everything that you want it to be, and that you receive many blessings from it. Um, so yeah, that's where we are. And then you guys, I want to go back to I want to go back here. And if you guys don't mind, today for this live stream, I want us to kind of have a little bit of video playing in the background. No, this might not really be your speed, but if you don't mind, I'd like to hold on one second. Let me find what I'm looking for for a minute. Let's watch like a documentary or something. Like I have a whole bunch of like really good videos saved on here. Let me see. Like I have a bunch of like little playlists on mine. See, like I have a daughter's playlist, and this is where I save all my videos that that I want to talk about daughters. Like I talk about everything that has to do with daughters, and so I'm just fascinated with the complexity of us. Like look at all the videos I have saved. So like I want us to just kind of like listen to them, or go through them, and like talk about like just different things that we see, and like give each other advice. My niche, my expertise, my gifting from God is discernment. And so sometimes I see things that us daughters go through, and sometimes I just wish that I could give like some good advice to other daughters, just like daughter to daughter, not like I'm some type of like superior person, or not like a parent or anything like that, but just like I'm just a daughter too, you just like you're a daughter, and sometimes we could just like just relate to each other just on that level. And it doesn't it doesn't matter anything else, like it doesn't matter like where we come from, what our race is, or anything. Like just the simple fact that we're daughters is enough, like it just like we just go through so many things as daughters, so many expectations and so many demands on us, that I just believe that God is really pushing me towards talking with daughters, and just relating to other daughters. So yeah, like you said it's actually draft 2 of that novel, as I wrote draft 1 back in 2023. And you know what? That's another thing. Like it takes a while to really like create a book, or some just create anything really, like art, just like it takes time, and it goes through like these phases of the project, and if you're like really into it, you're into your writing, like you put yourself into it, it's like you yourself go through changes too, like mentally and spiritually and just emotionally, you go through changes as you create your art, whatever your art form is. So let's watch this story. This is The Trouble with Being Beautiful by Bree, and or about Bree. And this is Soft White Underbelly. And I encourage you guys to go over there and watch some of the interviews. I mean, just to hear the different stories, and just the different backgrounds of other daughters is just like truly fascinating. And it doesn't even matter to me like what age the daughter is, it just is like, it's just fascinating to hear just all the different, just all the different facets of us. So here we go, you guys.
I'm treated like an object, like a trophy. And once they're done using that trophy to parade around their friends or like show off, like, oh yeah, I did this with her. It's like, okay, you're done, bye. That's it.
All right, Bree. Bree, where are you from originally? Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Panama, like the country, not
really?
the city.
Central America?
Yeah. I grew up there until I was 16 years old. No, like 18 years old. So.
How was your childhood?
It was not the best. I had like my parents divorced when I was young. I moved in with my mom and we didn't have like the best living situation. She was just very like, she had an abusive boyfriend, so he would like abuse her in front of us and I always had to like jump in and stop, and that was pretty traumatic. So it's pretty not.
And your parents are from Panama?
My dad is from here. Well, he's my stepdad. He's from here.
From the United States?
Yeah, from California.
Okay.
And then my mom, she's from Panama, yeah. So.
And so, aside from the divorce, was there anything else, any rough spots in your upbringing?
She was very abusive towards me when I was young. She would hit me a lot. I feel like she was taking it out on me because her boyfriend was abusive to her, so she would like have to take it out on somebody. So she would hit me a lot. She would say really bad things to me. She was also very narcissistic, and she would like tell me and my sister that we always had to look perfect or be perfect in order for her to bring us around her like friends and stuff. And when I was young, she would like, I don't know what the word is, but she would have like older guy friends, and she would always bring me around and say, look how pretty my daughter is, isn't she so sexy and stuff? And I was like a child. And so I've been sexualized since I was very young. By my own mother.
By your mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's pretty bad.
What kind of teenager were you?
I was very good until I turned 16, like 15, 16. I started to rebel just because she was so strict. She would be like, I don't know, I decided to start rebelling. So they sent me up to America for 6 months. But as soon as I got to America, I would sneak out, I would do drugs, I would drink. So they sent me back to Panama. And then when they sent me back to Panama, I kept doing the rebellious stuff. So my mom kicked me out the house when I was 16. And she kicked me out with nothing. Like, she basically told me, take your mattress and your phone and go. I couldn't even take my clothes, couldn't take anything. I had nowhere to go, so I was staying on my cousin's couch for a while. I would stay like with friends sometimes, but it was pretty like rough to like find somewhere to stay because everyone would eventually get tired and be like, all right, you have to go. So one day when I was 17, I met this 30-year-old guy at the bus stop, and I was so desperate that I didn't have anywhere to stay that I asked him like, can I come stay with you? And then I started living and dating with a 30-year-old when I was 17. So that wasn't very good, but it was what I had to do. Mm-hmm. This was all in Panama.
All in Panama.
Yeah.
But you had been going to the United States?
They just sent me here for 6 months trying to like, they were saying to like fix me, like make me act better, but I wasn't, so they just sent me back to Panama.
How was growing up in Panama different than growing up in the U.S.?
Oh, it's like extreme poverty over there. Like, we lived in like the slums. Basically, we didn't really like, my mom would leave us and we didn't really like have food for a couple of days. We survived off like mac and cheese, like the Kraft mac and cheese.
So you grew up in pretty extreme poverty?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, we didn't really have much, but she would always paint this picture like everything was perfect, everything was fine, and it wasn't really fine. So it was pretty hard.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school and I graduated college too. So first, basically how it happened when I was 17, I decided, I got very suicidal, very depressed. I was like, if something happened, I'm literally just wanting to die. So then I applied to college, just one college, and I got accepted. And once
Where is it? What school?
Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah. So once I got accepted, I was like, okay, now I have something to live for. My grandparents had told me that they were gonna help me pay for college. As soon as they sent me back to Panama, they cut me off completely.
I'd like to thank BetterHelp for being a sponsor of today's video. I think a lot of my viewers are going through things, just like we all are, whether you're a viewer or not of this channel. I think everybody goes through something. And whether it's depression or anxiety or you're just going through a tough period of your life, talking with a professional can be really helpful. You know, personally, I go through just the stress of talking to so many people that are going through tough times, tough stories is hard on me. And talking with a therapist is really helpful. So I just started doing that recently. It's been really great for me. I'm a huge fan of therapy. And with BetterHelp, you can have your therapy session as a phone call or a video session, or even messaging if you prefer. Whatever's most comfortable for you. I did mine as video, which is great. It's just like being in their office, but you're doing it from the comfort of your own home. And my BetterHelp therapist has been wonderful. Right from the get-go, he kind of figured out what my deal is and was really helpful. And what's great about BetterHelp is you get paired with a therapist. You're matched within 48 hours in most cases. If you're just not feeling it with your therapist, you can try another one. Or you can try as many times as you like until you find someone that you're comfortable with. And you can do that at no additional charge, which is really nice. So if you'd like to join the over 4 million people that have taken charge of their mental health by talking with an experienced BetterHelp therapist, you can actually get 10% off by going to betterhelp.com/softwhiteunderbelly or click on the link in the video description box below. Thank you for watching, and now back to the video.
So now I'm in college and I have no money or anything. All my family cut me off, so I had no money at all, and I had to pay for college if I wanted to stay in there. So I basically, while I was living with the guy, there's like this Hooters kind of bar, but a little more like sexual. I was still 17. It was more like Hooters, but strip club kind of vibes. So I just walked in one day with my last $5 and I was like, hey, can I work here? And they were like, yeah, go change right now. They didn't ask me for my age. They didn't ask me for an ID, nothing. They're like, go change right now and come back. So I was like, okay. I went, I came back, started working. It was horrible. Men would touch you. Men would grope you. You had to get drunk every night with the guys. And it was just it wasn't very fun, but it was what I had to do. And then one day I'd make enough to pay rent and put towards paying for my semester, but not enough to really survive. So I was kind of working to just be able to pay for college. So one day I'm just sitting there and I go on my phone, and on Instagram I started getting thousands of requests. Someone had posted my picture and it went viral. And I had just turned 18. And I was like, you know what? This is when OnlyFans was really blowing up. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make an OnlyFans. So I decided to make an OnlyFans when I had just turned 18. And that was life-changing. In the first month, I made $20,000, which I had never seen that kind of money before. So I got kind of addicted to it, addicted to the fast life and to the fast money. So I would keep doing worse and worse things. I started off pretty PG, then I would go into lingerie, and then I would go farther and farther. And I regret that so much.
Why would you go farther?
Because
the guys are requesting it?
Yeah, because if you don't, the money's gonna dwindle down, and it's addicting.
So if you do something more extreme,
yeah, you'll keep making more money.
Yeah.
So I decided to
How much were you making at the peak?
I made $100,000 on my best month. 100,000.
100,000 a month
Yeah.
for a 18-year-old girl.
Yeah. I made 100,000, and I was making that for months. And I just kept, but I was so depressed when I was doing it. It was so bad. I would lay in bed every day like, how did this become my life? Like, how did I end up here? Like, the money was great. It was amazing. I could pay for everything. I bought my car, my apartment, was able to buy anything I want. But I wasn't happy because of what I was doing to make that money. And I wanted to do more with my life. But I was stuck in this contract with a management company that they're basically like internet pimps. They take a girl, they say, oh, we're gonna manage everything you do and you're gonna give us a percentage. So I had them and I was stuck in a year-long contract, so there's no way I could have broken out of it unless I like paid a crazy fine or something. I don't remember how to break the contract.
What percentage of the money were they taking?
Like 35%.
So if you're making 100,000, they get 30 of that?
35,000 of that.
35.
Yeah. So it was like kind of like I was stuck. Like there's nowhere to go, and I still wanted to. And when I started making that money, my mom came back and she was like, oh, I love you again, because I have all this money. So I was kind of buying her love, like buying her gifts, giving her money all the time. And when I wouldn't, she would kind of like get mad. So I just kept giving her more and more. And she kind of just took advantage of the fact that I really wanted her to love me, since she never gave me that love as a child. So I decided to like give her more money, and it was just so depressing. Like I had no real friends. All my friends just liked me because of what I could do or what I could give them. I really had nobody. So it was really a lonely time in my life.
Did you keep so your sister was younger or older?
Yeah, she was younger. She was 4 years younger than me. But she had completely cut my mom off, completely cut me off. She cut everybody off because of how traumatic our childhood was. They sent her up to America and she just never came back. Like, they were like, oh, she's just coming for a month. And my grandparents kept her because they were like, there's no way you're going back there.
Do you speak with her now?
Yeah, we finally, like, this year, like, started to talk again. She's kind of forgiving everything. I didn't really do anything, but just because she felt like I was still good with my mom, she was like, she's also a bad person. But I just desperately wanted my mom to love me, so I was willing to deal with everything.
But you're also just trying to make money to survive.
Yeah.
Your intention was not to become a millionaire at 18.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't know what to do. I spent a lot of it. Like, I didn't know what to do with it. I would buy like a crazy car. I would buy like all these clothes, all these luxury items, because an 18-year-old with $100,000 a month is gonna go crazy. Like, they're not gonna know how to invest it, how to like do what they have to do with it. But I was still paying for college and staying in college this whole time.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you tell me what happened with OnlyFans, because
I kept going until everything was all over the internet, and my family would see it, my friends would see it, everybody in Panama knew about it. Like, Panama is a very small country, so everybody in Panama knew who I was. They knew what I was doing, and every time I went outside, they're like, oh, she's that OnlyFans girl that does this and this and this. And it was just very like hard to like meet people and like have genuine connections, because everyone just had like this bad image of you and they were judging you all the time. So I couldn't really like make friends. I didn't really have anybody.
Yeah.
So I just kept going with it, and then I was just so depressed. It got so bad that I was like, I have to stop. Like, this is something I have to stop doing, because what really happened is my Instagram account got banned and I just never came back. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, this is my chance to escape. This is my chance to stop. It's so hard to escape from that life. Once you start making fast money, it's like you want to keep making fast money.
That was my next question. How do you stop making $100,000 a month?
I had enough saved up where I was like, I'll probably be good. There's some problems with actually getting the money because in Panama, all the banks blacklisted me, so there was no way to actually get the money. So what I did was I had it in an account in China, and I would take out cash every day from the ATM. So,
wow.
Yeah, that was bad.
The stigma of being a sex worker in Panama is much worse than
they definitely, but when I came to America, they did the same thing. A couple banks did the same thing when I started putting the money in, and they were like into an American bank account, so I didn't have to take it out the ATM every day. And they were just like, where did this money come from? So I told them, and they're like, we don't accept that. A lot of banks have that where they have like a morality clause where they don't accept money like that, which is still legal money, so I don't really understand that. But it's like, oh, you got it from posting naked pictures, you're done. So
yeah, the stigma of sex is still a big
definitely.
thing, even today.
Yeah,
were you raised with a religious background or anything like that?
My family was Catholic, but they didn't do anything that Catholics. They were alcoholics. They all do terrible things.
So it really wasn't a religious thing for you. It was really just the shame of doing something that you didn't feel good about.
And everyone just knowing. Like when I came up here, even when I went to college, everyone knew. Everyone finds out. Even to this day, I stopped this. I'm 22 now. I stopped this when I was 20 years old. And it's still following me to this day. Anywhere I go, everyone will always find out, no matter what. Like, there's not a single person that I meet that doesn't find out somehow. They're like cool at the beginning and they like me and I have friends, and then as soon as they find out, they're like,
is this because you're on OnlyFans, or because people take your videos or photos from OnlyFans and they'll post them somewhere else?
I think they just judge me off the fact that I did that.
No, but how do they know that you did that?
Well, since it's all over the internet.
So that was my question.
Yeah.
So it's all over the internet, not all over OnlyFans, but also on other platforms?
Yeah, like
other websites?
On Google, everywhere. It's everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do anything. Like, I have people that try to take it down, but there's just so much of it that you can't get rid of all of it.
How does this make you feel?
It's crazy that something I did that I was so dumb and naive and young. I was only 18 years old. Like, I was desperate. I had no way to survive, and I really wanted to pay for college. And now it's going to follow me for the rest of my life. Like, I'm stuck with that for the rest of my life. So now I'm trying to kind of like rebrand myself, and like, I still have some of the money. Like, I spent a lot of it. But
you're 18. I mean,
yeah,
you
spent a lot of it.
18-year-old $100,000. What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, I have like 20%. How much is it? Like $2 million. I have like 30% of it left. So that I have in investments and stuff, and I still, I want to go to law school and become a lawyer.
Good for you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like save that money up and build it. So starting a business, like, I really want to like do better things with my life.
That's great.
Yeah, I want to go to law school.
Just as an outsider hearing your story, you didn't do anything terrible.
Yeah.
You didn't do something that's like,
but it just
evil and all that. It's just like, you're just a young girl traveling. I'm sure every hustler you come across is going to steer you towards something like that.
Yeah, and sometimes
no one's going to help. No one's going to be helping you trying to get into law school.
Yeah.
So it's admirable that you've done that on your own.
Yeah, it's very hard because it's still so tempting to go back, even after all the regret. Just the fast life is just so tempting to go back to that. So, yeah, that's really hard.
You got to remember the emotional toll that you pay for that, though.
That it took on me. And now on Instagram, I have all these followers, but they all know me because of that. I hang out with very important people sometimes, and they all just know about it, and it's crazy.
Are you able to forgive yourself? Because I mean, to me, it's not that horrible what you did. And even if it was just like, you're not murdering anybody. You're not really doing anything that terrible. But if you have this terrible shame and guilt, then that's almost worse than whatever you've done.
Yeah, it's just hard. I also have like mental health issues, so that also really affected me. Like I think about it every day.
Did you have those problems before?
No,
you ever started?
No, I have bipolar disorder, and that started so bipolar disorder, the way it works is it doesn't start like presenting itself until you're like 20. So when I stopped, I started becoming manic and having episodes, and I would do really crazy things, like really dangerous things, spend a lot of money. That's why I spent most of my money from OnlyFans. Like now I don't really have that backup plan because I did all of those things when I was young, and also because of my issues. So it's just a lot on me. Like I have that behind me. I have my mental health issues. I have my trauma from my childhood, like my mom. It's just a lot of things that affect me every day.
Do you have friends now?
I have like 2 close friends.
That's all you need?
Yeah. They kind of accept me for who I am, and they don't care about what people say, or when people are like, why are you friends with her? Like, she did this. Like, they do see it. Even if it's not that bad, they do see it as that bad.
But you have to understand how many people are so uptight about sex.
Yeah. Like, especially when you profit off of it. They're fine with sex. They're fine with seeing all these things. But when you're profiting off of it, they're like, oh, whore, like, why are you doing that? You're a terrible person. Like, how your parents don't love you, like all these crazy things. And I hear that every day on the internet. And it's like a lot to hear every day. So.
Yeah, but you have to factor in the fact that you're very attractive, so you're going to get extra envy and hate just because of that. And then you're doing sex work, so it just means you're a horrible person, which is not.
Yeah, especially girls. Girls are very judgmental towards me. I have literally no girlfriends because they meet me, they're like already like they don't really like me. And then especially when they see all the attention that I get, they're like, oh no, like you're cut off. So
you're a threat.
Yeah, I definitely don't have any girlfriends. They don't like me. So it's pretty hard. Because I really just want some friends that I could like go out to dinner with or like do these things with. Right now, the only way I like go out and do fun things is when it's a guy trying to like get with me, basically. Like it's just a guy that wants to, even when you think he's a good guy and he's just meeting you and he wants to get to know you, it always ends up just being like they want to have sex with you because they see that on the internet and they're like, this is all she is worth. Like, and there's way more to me than that. I have values. I am an investor. I'm smart. I'm starting a business. Like, I own properties. Like, there's a lot more to me, but they just see that. So, and they don't care to learn more.
Yeah, women that have like accomplishments that look like you do, I think have it hardest. Because you get, every guy, every female and male will see you a certain way.
Yeah.
And if you were less attractive, it'd be much easier for you.
It's very lonely for sure. I hate saying that because I have a lot of like self-esteem issues, but I do think if I wasn't pretty that I would have more friends, and I don't know. I just sometimes wish that I just wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I understand.
It's kind of hard because I'm like, okay, girls don't like me, guys just want to have sex with me. I have nobody, basically. I have nobody. I have one gay best friend and then one sort of girlfriend, but she's kind of not my friend, and that's it. So.
And the tragedy of this, another part of it that sucks, is like, so you're wearing what some people would call a sexy outfit.
Yeah.
You could be wearing a potato sack, but who wants to wear a potato sack?
Yeah.
You're young and beautiful. You should you should be free to do that. But by doing that, you're going to get more of the judgment, more of the hate, more of the envy.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It is, like, it's very hard. I like to dress a certain way, and they see me as like a whore, but another girl could wear the same exact thing or post the same exact picture, and no one will say anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm just seen that way automatically, especially when they find out what I do or what I did.
What you did.
Yeah. Like,
What did you learn about men from that experience?
I don't trust men at all. Like, every man, I have such bad, like, anxiety and trust issues, and I just can't trust anybody. I don't trust women, I don't trust men, I don't trust my family, because how can I trust when the people who I was supposed to trust, like my parents, couldn't even give me love? Like, how am I supposed to know what love is when the people that are supposed to be there for you weren't there for you? So there's no way that I could trust anybody. I have gone to 10 years of therapy, and I still have the same problem right now. Like, there's really so much going on in my head.
I think a lot of very attractive females, especially, much more than males, whether they're sex workers or not, probably have similar stories about inability to make quality friends, inability to get treated like a real person, the treatment you get from men.
I'm treated like an object, like a trophy. And once they're done using that trophy to parade around their friends or like show off, like, oh yeah, I did this with her, it's like, okay, you're done, bye. That's it. So I'm so used to that I think every man is like that. I always wonder if I'll ever get married or have a serious relationship, because after 3 months, they're like, all right, like, enough of you, move on. I mean,
it sounds like you're intelligent as well. You need to use your intelligence to screen out the good from the bad.
I've tried, but it always ends up like it's bad.
Really?
And so I try to give people chances, but as soon as I do, I have this wall up. As soon as I slightly let the wall down, they show me why I should never let the wall down. And I've just gotten so used to being hurt by everybody that it's like that's what I expect now. Like,
have you ever had a good relationship with a man?
No.
Never?
Never. Not even just like a friendship or like my parents or like my family members. Nobody, no man has ever treated me with respect or love. So I don't know what love is, and I don't know if I'll ever know what love is. And this is all even without the OnlyFans stuff, but the OnlyFans stuff on top of that.
Yeah, OnlyFans is like pouring gasoline on a fire.
Yeah.
It was already a problem before OnlyFans.
Yeah, for sure. And now it's just like, but I feel like I didn't see it that bad at the time when I was sexualizing myself on the internet, because since I was little, my mom was doing it. So I kind of thought it was normal. So when I started, I didn't see it as that bad. But now that I'm older and more mature and all this stuff has happened, I look back and it's like, wow, why did you do that?
Yeah, no, I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction, but it's got to be tempting to think about how much money you could be making for the next
That's why it's so
15
tempting.
years at
I
least,
think
right?
about it every day. Like, I'm like...
So it takes a very strong person to turn that down.
Yeah, I think about it every day. I'm like...
Because every time you want to take a trip or buy a car or find a nicer place to live, you know there's a way that you could get that.
With bipolar and your manic episodes, the main thing is spending money. So when I have those episodes, I go crazy. Like, I'll spend $10,000, $20,000 a week of what I have saved up. Like, it's insane. So
your restraint is admirable.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, because I think 99% of women in your shoes would
go back.
Would give in.
It's really hard.
And then the solution to the depression was just like drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I would just turn to that to escape.
You would do that as well?
Yeah, I had really bad alcohol problems where I would just black out every day just to kind of forget. It was like the solution to all my problems. Like, okay, anxiety, like everyone judging you, all this stuff. And people actually liked me more when I was blackout drunk. Like I had a lot of friends, like party friends, when we were all like doing bad things together. Like then they liked me. But as soon as I tried to like clean my life up and like turn to a better side, then they were like, oh no, like we hate you now. Like they're like, okay, we're done with you. But yeah, I definitely had my phase where I would black out every day, go crazy, do drugs. It was pretty crazy.
Wow. Are you doing better now?
Yeah, I can't drink because of the medicine that I'm on for the bipolar.
That's good.
So I can't drink, but sometimes I do feel like it would just be easier if I just was doing drugs or alcohol. Like it would just be better.
No, it wouldn't.
But I know it's an escape that is not good, but it's an escape, and that's all you really want to do. We're all just trying to like escape from reality, and
Yeah.
that's a good escape.
But I think it's super important for you to have people that understand your dilemma
Yeah.
and are supportive, because it takes a lot of strength for you to walk this tightrope
Yeah.
of not giving in to the temptation to just make another million or two every year,
Yeah.
because you could be making a lot more than 1 or 2 million.
I know. And I see all these girls that on Instagram that are doing it, and they're like,
Making millions.
"Whoa, like,
It's crazy.
love it. It's amazing." And I'm like, it's so tempting to go back, but I'm like, should I not? But I
You should
really
not.
don't. I don't want
You
to.
should not.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. It's
There's a better life for you than that.
yeah.
I can guarantee you that.
Because I want to like do all the business stuff and like law school and stuff. I'd really want to like be able to do that. I think if I were to go back to that, there's no way any law firm would hire me. Like maybe if it was like so long ago.
You know, I think the world is changing, and technology is changing, and the working world is so many things are changing quickly.
Yeah.
By the time let's say you went to law school or did something similar to that,
Yeah.
by the time you're ready to like join the world again in terms of being a lawyer or whatever, you're gonna have some opportunity to do something where that isn't gonna be a problem.
I just hope so. Like I want to start my own law firm. That's my goal.
Yeah, I mean, do it yourself and just.
Start my own law firm.
It's almost like you have to forgive yourself completely. Forgive yourself completely. Understand the negative treatment you get from women and men. And if you see through all that bullshit, it'll be easier for you to forgive yourself. It'll be easier for you to love yourself and do something great in the world that makes you happy, makes you proud.
For sure.
Because you haven't done anything really that you're proud of.
Yeah.
You know?
The most proud I've been is that I graduated college. That
Well,
was
that's great.
insane to me.
No, that's something to be proud of. There you go.
Yeah, through graduating college, because everyone thought, oh, she's gonna get pregnant at 17. Oh, she's gonna do this. Oh, she's gonna do that. She's gonna like have a terrible life because of what she did. And I kind of proved them wrong every time. They're like, she can't graduate college, so I did. She can't start anything productive, so I'm starting businesses. Like, I have investments and properties. Like, I have all these things that they said that I would never be able to do. So it's like, there is more to me. You guys just don't know. Like, there's way more to me than just what is on the screen.
I believe it.
Yeah, they definitely just see this persona and they're like, that's who she is. But once you get to know me, you're like, okay, that's not who she is. But no one has really taken the time or the effort to get to know me.
Do you still have hope that there is somebody, male or female, friends or romantic partners that can see the real you and get past all that crap?
Maybe I'll, like, one day I will
I'm telling you there is. I'm
find somebody, get married, have kids, like be able to grow together. I just have to find that person, because my last relationship, it was an abusive relationship anyway, so it wasn't gonna work out anyways. But he always said he accepted me for that, so that's why I truly felt like I had to be with him, even if...
Were you helping him with money?
No, but he was abusive, and I kind of felt like I had to be with him because no one else was gonna love me. because of what I did. So he would kind of insinuate that, and then he would say like, oh, I accept you though, like for who you are, and like love everything about you. And then when he got really mad one day, he like started doing very abusive things, and then he was like, you're a whore, you sold your soul, like all these horrible things he was saying. And feeling like you could finally trust someone, and then them saying all those horrible things and like doing all those bad things, you're like, oh, so you pretended that whole time, and I really trusted you and loved you, and now you're over here saying that I'm a dirty whore that sold her soul. I don't think I sold my soul. I just think I was young and dumb, didn't know what to do, and I was desperate to survive. That's it. I wasn't doing this because I thought it was a great, fantastic idea that everyone was going to see me naked. I just really needed to survive, and that was the quickest way. It's either that or drugs, or selling drugs. So I was like, those are the two things that make the fastest money, is drug dealers and I don't know what the word is, sex workers.
Sex workers, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say whores, but that's a bad word.
You're not a whore.
Sex workers, yeah. And so it makes fast money, but it's addictive and it's not good. It's not good money.
Did you ever feel good about it? Like when you would get it, your
at the
payment each
beginning,
month?
oh my gosh, it felt amazing. It felt like a drug. It was like I have all this money, I can like basically do whatever I want. Like it was like I could take trips, I could do this.
And it keeps growing, right?
Yeah, like it was so crazy. I would refresh my screen every day, have like days I would make $5,000 in a day. And I was like, this is crazy, like I love it. And then when people started treating me different, my parents found out, my whole family, my friends, everybody found out, that's when it really got bad. I was like, why did I do that? Now no one likes me. So, and everyone brings it up at some point. Like, oh, but you did that, so you can't really be mad about it. Like, you did that to yourself. And I'm like, I know, but it's not something that I really was expecting for it to get this out of hand. Like, I thought it was just some way to make fast money, and I was too deep into it, so I had to, like, pull myself out and save myself. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
No, your story is very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you it's a common story that a lot of very attractive women will have.
Yeah, I always say if I could give advice to my younger self or to any girl that's thinking about it, it's like, think about all the things that come with it. Yes, it is a quick way to make money, but think, not even just OnlyFans, but like doing other things, sex work types, like think about how it's going to affect you in the future mentally, like emotionally, like with your friends and family, like people close to you. Think about all that stuff. Don't just like jump into it because it looks like an amazing, fun idea, because on the internet they make it seem so great and amazing, but it's really not what they portray it to be. So
no, but
yeah.
so many people are just so tempted by the big money.
Yeah.
Very few young people, especially, will have the morals to resist that and take a different path.
Yeah.
So it's very admirable that you're doing that.
Yeah, I would definitely, maybe I'd start like a podcast or something where I'd start talking about that stuff. So maybe more girls will see it and be like, okay, like this is not something I want to do. I'm just saying, really think about it before you jump into something like that. It's going to change your life, and it could change your life in a really bad way.
It being very attractive, you get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's a super interesting conversation to have, because like you didn't do anything to cause that. You're not asking for it. This is just the way you were born.
Yeah.
Maybe you have lip gloss on, and maybe you're wearing a sexy top, but it's just that's your right to do that as a woman.
Yeah. Definitely people judge me more, think I'm dumb, think that I don't deserve respect just because of the way I look or the way I dress. I'm like, there's so much more to me than just my looks. That's what I mean when I was saying, like, guys just kind of use me as a trophy.
Right, but if you can imagine yourself looking the way you do and develop your intellect and your strength,
yeah,
whether it's law school or something else,
yeah,
and just make yourself so incredible, so strong,
that's what I always
so
dream
focused,
of. Yeah,
you'll crush any man, any female. You'll run circles around them, and you'll be an impressive force to deal with.
I always dream of that.
I can see that for you.
Especially when people do things like that to me or say things like that to me, I'm like, one day they're really gonna see me and how all the great things I'm gonna do, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, like, why did I treat her that way? That's not the way, like, you should do it for yourself, but I sometimes think about that too.
No, I mean, using negative experiences like that as fuel to motivate yourself to do something great is there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's what I've done my whole life.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because they think I can't do it. That makes me even...
That's how Michael Jordan became the best basketball player in the history of basketball. He's the angriest basketball player ever. You saw his Hall of Fame acceptance speech.
Oh, wow.
So I think you have tremendous potential, and I think you could do something like that if you just put your mind to it.
I hope so.
And don't just rely on your looks.
I pray about it every day. I pray about that every day. Still hurts. I pray and I ask God, like, why this? Like, why me? But then at the same time, I'm very grateful for everything He has done for me. So on one side, I'm like, why did this happen to me? On the other side, I'm like, okay, but look how strong this has made me and all the lessons it's taught me, and now things that I could teach other people.
Yeah.
So
you've been given this responsibility, and you need to, like, accept it and do something with it.
Yeah.
Rather than just being a empty shell that's really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to show the world that there's more to me. And even now, like, some people will watch this and still think, like, oh, but she...
They'll still hate you.
Yeah, they'll still... Like,
it'll be in the comments. Yeah. All the envious haters that wish they looked like you. And, oh, this stuck-up bitch, this spoiled little brat, or this whatever.
Like, yeah, or ungrateful, like, because of all the money. Like, I am grateful for it because of all the things I could do with it, like all the things I did with it, but at the same time it's like a blessing and a curse. Like, the curse part is like everyone now knows all these things about you. Everyone has seen you naked.
Yeah, you made a mistake. A lot of people make mistakes.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Yeah, I'm not a bad person at all. I probably have one of the purest hearts I know. I'm so caring towards everyone. I want the best for everyone. I just wish one day I could get that back. Like,
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will.
That's all I really want. That's all I really pray for, is getting that love and kindness and peace back. That's all I want, is peace and love. I don't know what love is. I don't really have never had a peaceful life, so it's like, when is it going to be my turn to finally experience that?
So when you encounter a guy, like if you take your dog for a walk and you...
Yeah.
Do you wear a hat and sunglasses just to kind of...
So I don't, but it's very, like, nerve-wracking when I'm passing, especially by, like, a group of guys. I get very nervous and scared because I already know what's coming. Like, they're gonna start saying sexual things, or, like I said, they don't think you're a person. They don't see that you are not just a sexual object. They see a pretty girl and they're like, or a sexy girl, because pretty and sexy are different. So they just see, like, a more sexy girl and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I want to have sex with her. And I could say all these nasty things to her. It happens in person, it happens on the internet, everything. Like, everyone just doesn't grasp the concept that you're an actual living person with feelings. They just think you're an object, and it's not the way to view a human being.
And people will hear that from you and be like, oh, this stupid bitch.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's hard because they don't really understand, like, how hard it is to not be able to leave your house without someone sexualizing you. No matter what I wear, actually, someone will still say something to me every time. Or girls don't want me around their boyfriends because they know that their boyfriends are gonna look at me. Or I'll be walking down the street and girls will, like, turned their boyfriend the other way. I'm like, I don't want your man. Like, I promise. So, yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, and then the reaction you get from women is probably just as bad, right?
Yeah, women, they pretend to be my friend for a little bit, and then I find out that they're talking behind my back. All the terrible rumors that have started about me, because they spread everywhere. I've been called all kinds of crazy things and like horrible comments, and it's usually women who start those like rumors and stuff, especially like bad ones. They'll be like, oh, she did this, she has 1 million sugar daddies. Like, no, I don't.
Do you feel like no one sees you?
Yeah, I feel like
no one sees the real you?
Yeah, I definitely feel like no one has had the chance to actually talk to me and meet
because
me.
They see you as a threat or a sexual object.
Yeah, either it's women and men, so I get both sides, so I don't have anybody.
Are you lonely? It must be a lonely life, right?
Yeah, it is lonely. It is very lonely. Like I said, I only have one gay best friend. He's the only one that I could really say like is truly my friend. And it's because he's not envious, because he doesn't think I'm gonna steal his man or something. Like, and he's not sexualizing me because he's not attractive.
It's great that you have someone.
I do have someone. That is, shout out to him, because he really, whenever I have any issue or like I'm really depressed or like I really need help, I can call him and I know he'll be there.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but I wish I had more of that. Like, I really wish that there's more people that would just know me and like treat me like a human being and not like this fantasy. Like, I'm a human, not just something that you want to have sex with. So.
Yeah. No, your challenge is, you're going to have a big challenge ahead of you.
Yeah. That's why I want to like do bigger things. So it's like I do more with my life than just that. Especially when it comes down to very, like, I've had even celebrities like sexualize me, and they prey on me because I was so young. I was 19, 20 when I would meet some of these 40-year-old like men. Can't say who they were, but they were like sexualizing me and wanting to do all these things with me and taking advantage of me just because of the way I looked and how young and dumb I was. So can't trust anybody.
Yeah,
One day.
And you're not going to be able to be dumb.
Yeah.
Looking the way you do.
Yeah.
You'll just get taken advantage of.
You have to be very strong and smart and aware.
I think that's your responsibility, is to figure out, get your intuition and just your intelligence up, so you can see through what everyone is doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you have a different challenge than most women do.
Yeah, and it's hard to understand if you're not experiencing it. Because some people are gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, she's so stuck up." Oh, she's complaining about being too pretty. Look at that. But they don't really see like how lonely and bad it can actually get. So, yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bree. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I wish you all the luck in the world. I hope you do great things with your life.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hey y'all. Woo, so I actually got done, you guys, with everything that I was doing with oops, sorry about that. Okay. So I got done. Let me show y'all this, because I'm about to send this right on back to her. Sorry about that. Can y'all hear me? I'm about to send this back. You guys know I told you in the beginning I was working on the outline, and then there were some edits that I was working on too. So let me I'll share this screen with you guys so you can see what I'm doing. Yep. So I use every last tool that is available to me, right? So I use ChatGPT, I use Canva, I use several different tools that are available to me, you guys. Because I think it's like really important, especially in today's time, that you keep up with everything that's going on. Like there was this, like right now, there is this special that's going around on social media where they're telling you like dedicate, like this certain amount of time to learning all of the different AI apps and stuff like that. And if you have that ability to do that, if you have the time, if you're able to like get in courses like that, like I encourage you to do that. Because that's the way, the world is going right now. And in order to keep up, you've got to learn the systems that are out there, the things that are coming out, so that you can keep up with how the times are changing. Okay. You said okay, so you use ChatGPT too. For research, yep. I put in like some different prompts, like outlines and website designs, landing pages. I mean, some of everything. I don't think people really realize how useful these AI systems are, and if you're using it for the right reason, then like then that's good, right? Like because I mean some people feel like it's kind of like cheating the system, or like it's they're scared of it and all that stuff. But child, it's like having my own personal assistant. So this is the latest email that I got back from editor here. And so she said, I'm going to read it to you. It says, today I dedicated 5 hours and 40 minutes to revising the manuscript by incorporating headings, subheadings, and a paragraph format to replace the lists. Additionally, I revised by structuring the book into 31 chapters, along with a prologue, introduction, acknowledgments, and about the author page, right? So I said all of that stuff to her. And so what she did was she started to restructure it so that the flow goes well, like the headings, the subheadings, the formatting, and all of that stuff. I mean, like, all of that stuff matters, when you are writing a book. It's more than just, writing, like you actually have to think about the layout and the format and the flow and and all the things. So it's just so very interesting. You say you currently designing graphic design website. Yeah, see, I gotta work on my website. Like that's on my to-do list. It's like I'm a one-woman show, so it's like I gotta like spread myself across all of the things that I do. So like I'm writing, and then I'm also building the business part of it. Like I said, you guys, it's more to writing a book than just writing. Like there's a whole like a whole thing, whole machine that has to be behind you. And sometimes you're the machine, like you're the operator, you're like, you're doing it all yourself. And so that's where I am in the process. Okay, so she said here, during the revision process, I ensure consistency in style, spacing, and heading formats throughout the text. I have also started to create an outline to facilitate an analysis of the book's organization. Now, y'all see how thorough she is, y'all. This is why I love her, because she, like, is awesome. She's awesome, okay? Now, then she says, this outline aims to provide a clearer perspective on the overarching ideas and their engagement, helping us identify any repetition and areas for improvement in flow. So remember, I told you guys this, right? So that's all part of the process. See, I mean, we wish it could just be as easy as like just create it, I just want to write, like a lot of us, we really just want to write, and that's it. But no, there's a whole thing behind it, okay? The whole behind the scenes movement. Okay, and then she says here, I have included some comments in the outline with a few suggestions for enhancement to illustrate this. However, if the level of detail in the outline is excessive, I can shift my focus to commenting on the transitions between sections within the manuscript instead. Okay, so y'all see how thorough she is, and how detailed she gives, like, where she is in the process, how much time she's been working on it, and all that stuff. She's very transparent, and I love that. Okay, and then she says she plans to take tomorrow off, which was Sunday, right? So she was taking Sunday off, and then she was going to resume working on it Monday, which is today, obviously. And then she says, I will provide you with an update on Monday evening. Okay, and then she sent me what she had. That was, I think, was Saturday, and then of course she took off Sunday. So Sunday, what I wanted to do was go over this and make sure that by the time she gets to where she starts back working on it Monday, she already has my comments and my feedback. So that's what I just did, right? That's what I was working on. And here is my response right here. So this is what I'm getting ready to write back. And it says, hello, Allison. Praying you had a great weekend. Great work on the changes and the outline. I've attached my response to your comments below. Let's make those changes. Then I'd like to see where we are and what the next steps should be. And then that's Delores. Okay, so this is where I wrote my comments, and now I'm sending that back to her. Let's go ahead and press the send button. Okay, we did it, y'all. We did it. Excuse me, we did it, y'all. So we sent that back. So now when she starts working on it in, several hours, like right here, let me see. It tells me, hold on. Okay, like right here, it tells me, like what time zone she's in, right? So she's 2 hours behind us. So where she is right now, it's 1:21 a.m. there. And where I am, it is 3:21. So, okay, so when she gets up in some hours, she probably dreaming, honey. She probably is not even thinking about my book. You think she's dreaming about my book, y'all? Y'all think she's dreaming about my book? No. I hope she's not dreaming about my book. Okay. I hope she's having some real good dreams. I hope she's sleeping real good right now. I hope she's sleeping real good. So when she gets up, she's going to be fresh. Okay. She's going to be like, let's get to it. I'm ready to get back started on these edits. Okay. That's how she gonna wake up, y'all. She gonna be refreshed. Okay. I'm gonna send her some real good sleep energy. Okay. Like, Allison sleeps so good. Okay. Like, when you get up, you're gonna be refreshed. You're gonna be like, yes, bright, shiny, ready to get back started on these edits. Okay. So we can have a great product. And see, that's what I told her. I was like, I'm more concerned about quality, more so than the cost. I mean, obviously the costs are important. See, look, right here, I was like, absolutely, I'm comfortable with it. Do your thing. Look, I was like, do your thing, because I trust her. Like, she's so good. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought I was still sharing the screen. I'm so special. Anyways, I'm gonna close out of this, and I don't know, probably try to get me some sleep myself. I've been kind of like napping on and off today. Just been trying to like get all this stuff done. And yeah, Angel, I gotta get my author website done too. Oh, it's just like I told you, it's like it's so much. See, people think it's just so easy, just to like, oh, I could just write and that's it. I wish that was all to it, but it's like a whole, like, you're building a whole business behind your book, or behind your books, and then everything else that you're going to create. So you guys know like a few things already, but it's just going to get more and more complex as it goes. And so, like, it's important to Use all the tools that you have available to you, honey. Yes. Angel, you right, girl. That's exactly what I'm about to do, sis. About to go right on to sleep. And I'm gonna put my car in the shop too in the morning. I gotta get new axles, y'all. I gotta get tie rods. I gotta get new tires. What else? I need a new thermostat. I need a new oil cooler. You guys, like, my car needs the work, okay? So I'm putting my car in the shop tomorrow, and so hopefully, she gets all her TLC. And in the meantime, I need to do my own TLC, right? Because like sometimes we get so caught up in what we're doing that we tend to neglect ourselves. I feel like that's what I've been doing. So it's time for me to kind of do my own little TLC. So I love you guys. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Bye-bye for now.